citizens and indigenous people across this country are now being driven by a corporation out of Texas. This is like a theme in a very bad movie, but it happens to be the reality of Canada in 2018. Now, isn't that a sad picture for every one of us? So as we go forward, I've been asked by media today, well, what's this going to do in terms of the protesters? To understand and embrace, because what we're experiencing right now is a perpetuation of the colonial mindset in this country. Where we are seeing corporations and industry setting First Nations aside for the benefit of shareholders, for mass profits off the resources of this country, and it's time that this stops. It's time that we stand up like we are, and we continue to stand up. I was very fortunate today that I did a radio interview with BBC. And it was just a month ago that I did a live, what do you call it? A Skype interview with a TV station from Turkey. Right? Now this is the level of interest that's now being turned to Canada. The international community is paying attention to what is going on here. And I'm wondering, what the countries are thinking that Canada pointed a finger at about human rights interactions and the problems with what other countries are doing. Right? And yet today, we see that the government can magically come up with $4.5 billion to invest in something that Canadians don't want. And for me, the shameful act of this, beyond the pipeline, is the government of Canada tells First Nations across this country that they don't have $3.2 billion to get safe drinking water on reserve. There was an Auditor General's report released today, I believe it was today. And it said that it's been a shameful path for Canada, as there has been no meaningful closing of the socioeconomic gap for First Nations people. This is Canada. This isn't a third world country where we have serious limitations of prosperity. We have a government that is making clear and conscious decisions to disregard the rights of Aboriginal people. I think about the village that I've been very fortunate and elected to represent for 14 years now. We had a 10-year do not consume order for drinking water in our village. 10 years. And it was only with some very good fortune to get involved with the media on a national story. And we now have drinking water in our village. And this is progress in Canada, that a reserve gets drinking water. So when Canada decides to take on a pipeline, and let's not fool ourselves, it's not $4.5 billion. We can triple that. And they're still going to say that they don't have money to meet the drinking water needs for reserves in Canada, and they don't have money to meet the health needs, and they don't have money to lift the cap that's been in place since Nirvana's first album came out. And that's the reality. That's the blind eye that Canada has taken to the needs and the dire situations of First Nations people. So we must be aware of everything the government is doing, and we must, hold on, where is it? The tool of the revolution, right here, everybody. Right? We can make a video right right now. You can make your personal statement. You can hashtag it out, and we can make this issue get around the world. And let's raise the awareness of the reality of Canada's dark colonial past and the fact that it is still alive and well in 2018 in this great country. Request of all of you. It'll be fun. Today, Gookby Judy Wilson and I are standing here on behalf of the Union of BC Indian Chiefs. Of course, you're all wondering, where is Grand Chief Stuart Phillip? Stuart's not feeling well. He's doing well, but he's not feeling well. But I want you all to take a moment and help me send him a video. So we can lift his spirits, because he's lifted our spirits time and time and time and time again. And with the tireless effort that Grand Chief Stuart Phillip has shown, it has mentored many leaders across this country. Not just myself, not just Gookby, but many others. So, here's the request. Oh, I'm recording. Okay, the request. I'm going to say it, and then I want you all to say it as I go like this, okay? And what I want you to say is, Grand Chief Stuart, get well soon. Yes. Let's practice that, everybody. Grand Chief Stuart, get well soon. Okay, wait, I can't do that because I'm going to record. Okay, so and I'm going to pan, let's do it like 7 or 8 times, because he's a great man. He loves every one of you. He looks out for the future for his 14 grandchildren, I believe the number is now. Okay, I'm going to start here, go here, go here, go there. And then we'll end up back here again. Okay, everyone ready? Yeah. Okay, really ready? Yeah.
Grand Chief Stuart, get well soon. 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 Grand Chief Stuart, get well soon.
I think he's going to be upset with me. But so thank you everyone for being here. I learned a little fact I want you to understand and add it to that $12 billion. Because I was just informed before coming up here, Canada provides subsidies of over $3 billion annually to the oil and gas industry. $3 billion. There are so many other things we can do. And the last thing I want to say is, I know you know this, but I need to say it. $1.5 billion ocean protection plan will never make bitumen float. Agila Kesla, Hamas, a little classic.